about Egypt, which is like my focus of study, I suppose. It's written for a song on an album that I'm working on at the moment. So, yeah. In fact, don't go. Can you pass me my drink? Okay. Yeah, I drop into other languages like at points in this, so bear with it. Not for long though. Okay. I was once a Kemetic mystic. My name gave Heri Shesta. I wrote in hieroglyphics and rode the sky like the Kepara. Synergized holistic healing, bathing in Bethsaida. I'm residing in the Holy Land as a native, not a settler. Mujahid battling, conquer kings like Salahuddin. Ibrahim the patriarch gave me my intelligence. You'll get buried in the desert by the Bedouin, speaking the language of the kings, the Medusu 10. My sickle's sharp for the patriarchs, create sparks in outer space. My face is dark as the unseen god Amun, out of Amunet and Noon. Tawhat Ba'il Kaloum with many hands like the Atun. I'm like the midget Bess because I'm grotesque, cutting devils' heads off with my Kopesh. Meditating on Dua Motef, I'm modern Moses. You will see a slow death, Hotep. I speak quick in Egypt, holding the skull of Iblis, soon to be defeated by eagle-headed creatures, rising out of the Duat where it's deepest, latched onto by leeches and stacked up on sea ships. To another shoreman of the River Jordan, riding through raw sand, pursued by a horseman who seeks to eat the organs of about 4 orphans. If you dance, then you're tranced all in my saucepan. Thieves scripted the scriptures properly. These witches are siphoning energy off of me. It's Mephistopheles getting scholarly. Wallahi, ya Allah, Lord, protect my property. My face is protected from the heat by my turban. Invaded by the Greeks and invaded by the Persians. Conquered by the Arabs and took over by Turkmen. In pursuit of learning and knowledge of the earth when it was in its first form. Heri Shesta's firstborn. Dark days of the worst dawn observed from my herb's lawn. Slaves in Babylon, coerced by the cursed spawn. I'm causing storms when I swarm, I make the verse warm. You could get the words torn out of your doubting that we used to chisel obelisks and mountains, sprouting from the earth surrounding, drawing clouds in, unveiled in the sky, so many craft there's no counting. The gods Osiris, Isis and Nephthys exist. I wore my crucifix way before the Methodists. And I met a mit in the river Styx, the dread abyss. Take some blue lotus petals and peddle it. And if your soul's settled, then you'll reap the blessings and receive protection from the emperor's weapons. But seek ye not peace, and you'll learn the lesson, not to seek death in my section.
Jay, that was incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.
Questions?
Question. To what extent do you think people actually know about what you've just said?
I think people will recognise certain
They might
concepts.
recognise words and concepts.
But I think some of it is quite specialist, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain the specialist bit.
The way I see it's like, what I've written, it's intended to spark ideas, intended to make people think and want to learn something. That's how I've learned a lot of my knowledge was through music. I'd hear something and I wouldn't understand it, I'd go and look it up. So I suppose when I'm writing, I'm wanting people to hear something that I've read and go and look it up and see what they think.
So it was about 23rd century, would you just say?
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
But you've got the Ottoman Empire going way back to Nubia.
I'm a historian, so...
Yeah, well, so am I.
Yeah.
You two made for each other.
And some good people.
As a historian, is it something you stumbled upon, or is it something that you set out to go and look?
What's this, the Egyptian thing?
Yeah.
First time I ever really considered Egypt, I remember I was it was a junior school. I moved from one school to another, and I just missed the year where we studied Egypt, basically. And I felt like I missed out on something. And ever since then, like that moment, I've been drawn to it. And I've always loved history. It's always been my thing. So now I'm making music. It's like it's what I can. It's what I've got to talk about. I don't have much else. I do, I suppose, but it's easy for me to talk about history. So that's what I do.
I was just saying, for me, I was born on the day and the hour Martin Luther King was killed. 4th of April 1968.
Maybe
So that was what. No. Maybe that's what.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's what sparked my interest in that weird historical moment.
You just said something. You said something there in a sentence, and you probably said it without even thinking about it. But you said you want people to hear what you've read. So consequently, you consider your creativity as being the spoken word rather than the written word. Do you think that the spoken word is more powerful than the written word? Or is that a bit deep?
No, it's not too deep, I suppose. I don't know, I think they're probably equally powerful, just different. Spoken words like directly affecting vibration, thus it's directly affecting reality. Written word requires someone to actively seek it out, I suppose. So it's like a personal thing, written.
Do you feel there's more power if you speak it yourself rather than write it? Rather than somebody, do you feel that your message gets lost if somebody reads it rather than if somebody hears you say it?
Depends on the audience.
I think it depends on the audience. It probably depends on what you've written as well.
I think it can be more accessible, can't it? Because I've never read anything like what you're talking about. Yeah, I am like, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's sparked something.
Yeah.
So it's like it can be.
It's his delivery as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you've read it, then
of course it is.
you take that person as opposed to.
Thank you.